McLaughlin going in, and they score. They count it. John, I'm telling you that play was offside.
Just like that, Ryan Schmelzer and the Canisius Golden Griffins stole one here last night. 5-4 in overtime on a play where Canisius appeared to be offside. We'll show it to you in just a bit, and you can be the judge. Number 13 for Canisius is Dylan McLaughlin. The RIT did not have an answer for the Hobie Baker candidate last night, who currently sits tied for second nationally in scoring. He added to that total on Friday with 2 goals and 2 assists. As we welcome you inside the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where tonight the hometown Tigers will look to snap a 4-game losing streak. You're watching RIT Sports Zone Pregame Live, presented by Taylor the Builders. Plenty to get to over the next half hour, including highlights, live interviews, analysis, much more as we get you set for face-off at 7:05. Good evening, I'm Kevin Roach, and welcome to RIT Sports Zone Pregame Live here on RITSC.com and CW Rochester. Well, the Tigers entered the weekend having earned just 1 point in their last 5 games, prompting RIT head coach Wayne Wilson to start freshman Ian Andriano for the first time this season last night. RIT coming off a 6-3 loss at Mercyhurst on Tuesday night down in Erie. And for the 5th straight game, RIT gave up the first goal on the night. Dylan McLaughlin gets by Adam Brubaker and beats Andriano, his 13th goal on the year. It was 1-0 Canisius. RIT answers right back. Jordan Peacock to Mark Logan, his second on the year. A big one for RIT as they tie things up at 1. Under 5 minutes to play in the opening period. Canisius on the power play, and it's McLaughlin beating Andriano for number 14 on the year. 2-1 Golden Griffs. The Griffs would make it 3-1 early in the third, and that's when things heated up. Chris McKay the shot, Eric Brown the deflection, his team leading 14th on the year. It was a 1-goal game once again. 17 seconds later, another Tiger opportunity, and Sean Cameron going top shelf over Daniel Urbani for the equalizer. It was 3-3. Canisius would respond. McLaughlin sets up Jeff Murray, who gives the Griffs the lead right back, but RIT would not go away. Just over 2 minutes to play. Adam Brubaker, the defenseman, from just inside the blue line, and Daniel Urbani never saw it. His 6th on the year, and we were tied at 4. Ian Andriano settled in pretty well as the game wore on, making big saves in the second, and a big stop late in the third. He had 24 saves on the night as we would go to overtime. In the overtime session, just 22 seconds in, it looks like Ryan Schmelzer is offside. When Canisius enters the zone, they don't call it. Play carries on, and eventually, number 13 strikes again for the Griffs. Dylan McLaughlin gets it deep. Ryan Schmelzer puts home the game winner. A stunning finish for RIT and its fans as Canisius escapes with a 5-4 overtime victory. As we take another look, what do you think? Oh, it sure looks like Schmelzer got across before the puck did. Very close, but it did not go RIT's way. So many have asked since last night, could RIT have asked for a review to see if Schmelzer was in fact offside? Well, the answer is yes. According to Rule 93.4 concerning video replay criteria, the opportunity for review exists during the time the puck entered the attacking zone illegally as a result of the offside. Since it happened in overtime, RIT could have challenged the play. However, they ultimately chose not to. After the game, we caught up with a frustrated bunch of Tigers.
13, he's a good player, and I ended up losing sight of him at the point. He came down, he made a nice pass back door, and the guy didn't get his stick lifted, and they ended up banging one in. I'm not sure about the controversy on the play, but they called it a goal, and it's a goal, and we lost again. So it just feels like another punch in the mouth. You get down, you end up coming back. I think we tied the game twice there in the third, and feeling pretty good going into the overtime. Feeling like you're going to come out with a point or two, and first shift, you get beat like that, and it's just, yeah, it sucks, especially, I guess, in the situation we're in right now when we're having a hard time, grabbing any points, and to come that close and get punched in the mouth again, it sucks.
I think we played a really good game. We're right there. We definitely wanted the 2 points, and I think we just got to hopefully we can use that third period as a little bit of a building block here and get back on track tomorrow night. And we need to win pretty bad. So I think we're going in the right direction, but we need to get one soon here.
Yeah, so Canisius has now won its last 5 against RIT, dating back to last season as they improved to 12-5 in conference play. Top line did the damage. Dylan McLaughlin had a 4-point night, and his line mates Ryan Schmelzer and Jeff Murray added a goal and 2 assists apiece to make it a 10-point night for the Griffs. Top line, RIT head coach Wayne Wilson liked the resiliency of his group and the way they battled back last night, but no doubt there's some things he'd like to see the Tigers tighten up here tonight. The head coach is standing by live now with our John DiTullio. John?
All right, Kevin, thank you. Wayne, your team was resilient last night. You didn't come away with the win, but what do you come away as a head coach?
Well, I thought we took a step forward last night just in our overall play. I'd like to see us tighten up a little defensively. Last night I thought it was just the offensive rushes, but reviewing the tape here, it was really just our transition defense. I thought they had a 4th guy beating us up the ice and giving them some odd number situations. So we just can't get beat back up the ice. We got to have a high guy, and I think if we can do that, that'll help. Stay out of the box. I thought maybe a couple penalties were unnecessary for us last night. We can't give them 5-2 opportunities, and but I thought, we fought back. We created some scoring chances for ourselves, and we capitalized on some goals. And then Ian made some big saves at the other end for us to keep us in there. So, we just want to get off to a good start. I was impressed with their team last night. McLaughlin in particular, I thought he was the difference in the game. The one player, or even that line, but him in particular.
What did Ian show you last night to come back with him again tonight?
Well, I just thought, he made a lot of saves that you're expecting, and then more so, I thought he came up with 3 or 4 big saves last night that were critical for us and keeping us in the game. And so we want to get someone on going here and get someone on fire. And I thought just to reward him off of last night's good play.
You've lost 5 in a row to Canisius. How of a must-win is it for your team tonight?
Well, it's got nothing to do, I guess, with the history of our record against Canisius, more really pertaining to right now. And I think, we've talked all year long, I think the league is very, very tight. This is a first-place team that we went to overtime with. I think we've got to get a win. And really for us, it's going to be coming down to, we got to get hot for February and be the hot team going into the playoffs, because I think that's going to be the difference when it's all said and done on who ends up winning something at the end of the year. Regardless of what team you're talking about, I think it's important for us to be hot second half. So we got to get ourselves going now as January is running out soon.
That's head coach Wayne Wilson of the RIT Tigers. Wayne, good luck tonight for a preview with Canisius. Send it over to my broadcasting partner, Gene Battaglia. Gino?
Thanks, Johnny, here with head coach Trevor Large at Canisius. What does it say about your team last night, overcoming not 1, but 2 third-period deficits to get that win?
Yeah, it was a big moment for the team. Showed a lot of resiliency there. I mean, I think teams that don't have the belief that we do, that might have really sucked the energy right out of our team. But I really loved how our guys stayed calm and responded to get a lead, handle being down and tied up, and then obviously overtime was a great finish for us.
Dylan McLaughlin, 2 goals last night. We saw him here last year, but is it fair to say he took his game from one level to another this season?
Yeah, he did. He invested in his game. He worked on skating. He worked on his shot. His skill set is elite. I think his skating has really allowed that skill set to come out, and I agree. I think this year's he's having a special season. He was very good for us last year, but right now, and last night was a great example of how elite he can be. I thought he was special.
So 2 points is nice, 4 is better. What does your team have to do to get the weekend sweep here tonight?
Everything. We have to do everything. We're going to have to be prepared for however the game goes. It may be a really, really hard game. It may be an offensive game. It may be a defensive game. It could be close. We have to be prepared for anything, and I'm confident our guys are.
Coach, thanks. Good luck tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Head coach Trevor Large. We send it back to you, Kevin.
All right, Gene, thanks so much. We'll see you in a little bit. So Canisius remains on top of the Atlantic hockey standings with Holy Cross, who was victorious over Niagara last night. As we take a look at the standings, Mercyhurst is tied for 3rd with the Purple Eagles, while RIT just 1 point in their last 6 games. That hurts. They remain in 8th place, 9 points behind the league leaders. Elsewhere in Atlantic hockey today, Bentley and Robert Morris got things started early. They skated to a 3-all tie this afternoon down in Pennsylvania. Niagara winless in its last 5, looks to avoid the sweep at Holy Cross tonight. AIC is in Erie against Mercyhurst. And Sacred Heart, they beat Air Force last night, but the 2 teams will not take the ice in Colorado Springs tonight. Why, you ask? The U.S. government shutdown has forced the Falcons to postpone tonight's game with the Pioneers. Well, still to come on the program, Mike Rotolo is back in Rochester. The former goaltender will join us live on Pregame. Plus, he's the Tigers' top goal scorer. Number 16 right there is Eric Brown. He tallied his team leading 14th on the season last night, albeit in a losing effort for RIT. Brown will join our John DiTullio live. That is next. This is RIT Sports Zone Pregame Live. Back here on RIT Sports Zone Pregame Live, where we are gearing up for an Atlantic hockey showdown between Canisius and RIT at the top of the hour. The Tigers playing their 5th game in the last 9 days. The horn has sounded moments ago as team warm-ups have come to an end. The Tigers' leading goal scorer just came off the ice, and he's standing by live now with our John DiTullio. John?
All right, Kevin, thank you. Here with Eric Brown. Eric, resilient last night. You didn't get the win, but what do you and your teammates take away from I know it was a disappointing loss, but what do you take away on how resilient you were last night?
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing. We've had a lot of disappointing finishes. I think the last few weekends is tough, but they're the first place team, and they're there for a reason. And I think we proved to ourselves last night once again that we can compete with any team. Like, I think it was a pretty even game last night. Obviously, we tied it up twice and disappointing loss in overtime, but we showed a lot of resilience, like you said, to come back on a team like that. I know a lot of teams would have quit when they're 2 goals down, but not us. So I think we just got to keep at it, keep battling, and it'll start happening for us. So,
What did you think of how Ian played last night? What do you expect from him tonight?
I thought he played great last night. He made a lot of crucial saves for us. There was a breakaway. There was a couple of cross crease shots that a lot of goalies might not get to, and I thought he did a great job, especially for his first start. So we're hoping that he plays the same way tonight and is able to stop pucks for us, because it'll take a lot of pressure off us if he can. So
Finally, how desperate are you guys tonight? Is this a must-win for you guys tonight, do you feel?
I think every game from now on to the end of the season is a must-win for us. We know that the standings are going to be really tight at the end of the year, and every point's going to matter if we want to get home ice advantage or get a bye through the first round, which is the ultimate goal. So, yeah, every game is a must-win, so we got to get any point that we can get.
Eric, good luck tonight. Thanks for taking time. That's Eric Brown, the Tigers' leading goal scorer. Kevin, back up to you.
All right, thanks so much, John. Well, the Tigers' goaltending has been up and down this season, and one stat makes that clear as day. RIT's netminders have a save percentage just under 87%, which out of the 60 teams that play college hockey ranks the Tigers dead last. So after making 24 stops, some of which kept RIT in that game last night, Wayne Wilson has decided to go back with freshman Ian Andriano. Andriano will make just his second start here tonight as he looks for his very first collegiate victory. He's seen time in 4 games this year, allowing 9 goals in those appearances. While on the other side, no surprise here, Daniel Urbani will be in the net once again. 19th start on the season for him. Last night, Urbani made 25 saves to pick up his 10th win on the year. The 4 goals by the Tigers last night has now put Urbani's goals against average just over 3. Speaking of goaltenders, joined now by a guy who knows a thing or two about the position. We welcome former RIT goaltender Mike Rotolo to Pregame Live. Mike, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You remember that first start in college. What do you think Ian was feeling last night, and how do you think he handled it?
You're definitely probably feeling some nerves, right?
Yeah.
As much as people want to say they don't feel nerves when it happens, it does. And I thought he handled it extremely well. Your first start, you're going in, you're playing the #1 team in the conference, and he made crucial saves from the start of the game all the way throughout. Regardless of giving up 4 goals, I thought he played really well and was the main reason that game got into overtime.
Goaltenders, you played a lot last year. Most of the time was you in the net. How tough is it, and what advice would you give the guys, all 3 of them, when they want to be playing, but you can't start all 3 at the same time? How do you deal with that?
Right. When you got 3 goalies that can all play, and it's tough. You just got to stay focused. You got to stay working hard every single day in practice. And when you get your opportunity, you really got to grasp it and go with it and take it. And all 3 guys are very capable of taking that role and running with it. It's just about getting comfortable, getting some games under your belt, and continuing to play well day after day.
Yeah, you look at this conference. I mean, you've probably been following it, even though you're not playing anymore. Right. Has it been any tighter than it is this year? And can you see a team like RIT, who's struggling right now, having a chance come postseason?
Oh, absolutely. There's a few things that got to get figured out, but like you said, it's any team's race. Okay, the competition is very good from top to bottom in the league, but they proved last night versus the number one team in the conference that they can play with anybody. And, you know, a few things just need to get cleaned up. The special teams probably are the first thing they want to take a look at. But if they can get rolling here and get some wins under their belt, I think they'll be fine going in the postseason.
And finally, how much do you miss this atmosphere? How much do you miss being out on the ice trying to help these guys out?
There's no feeling in the world like playing college hockey in this barn with those fans. So, you know, it's different sitting up here and watching the games, but it's fun to come back and root on the guys and cheer for them. And, you know, once a Tiger, always a Tiger, so I'll always bleed orange.
Absolutely. Well, we miss you. Best of luck
Appreciate
to you
it.
in all your future endeavors, and thanks so much for joining us here tonight on Pregame Live. Mike Rotolo with us here this evening. Meanwhile, the RIT women's hockey team was back on home ice this afternoon following its worst loss in the Division I era on Friday. Let's pick up the highlights from the Policini earlier this afternoon. Coach Scott McDonald's team regrouping, looking good. In fact, they got on the board early, 2 goals in the first as Bailey Tranny scored. The Tigers were up by 2, and then in the second, Kendall Cornine delivers her team leading 9th on the season. Tigers a 3-2 lead headed to the third period, but they could not hang on late in the game under 2 minutes to play. Colonials on the power play. J.C. Gebhardt scores to tie the game at 3 and send us to overtime. In overtime, just over 2 minutes in, Maggie Legou unassisted for Robert Morris. Oh, the Tigers lose a tough one, 4-3 in overtime. They're at Lindenwood next weekend. Well, still to come on the show. If you're just joining us, we'll recap last night's overtime thriller. Plus, John and Jean join us to share their keys to tonight's game. That's straight ahead as we get you ready for Canisius and RIT. This is RIT SportsZone Pregame Live.
Swinging it over. McKay's shot. Scores! That's how you answer. It's now 3-2. Here with 11:18 remaining this game. Tigers another opportunity in front. Cameron scores! We are tied! Six and a half to go here. Into the zone. McLaughlin leaving it there. Shot and goal. Canisius defense is gassed. Scores! Brubaker from the blue line. We're tied at 4. McLaughlin now bringing it in. Ooh, looked like Schmelzer was offside on that play, but the play will continue on. Puck in front. McLaughlin going in, and they score. They count it. John, I'm telling you that play was offside. All right, let's see it. Let's see.
Top of your screen.
John?
Ooh.
He's offside.
He's offside.
Oh.
Gino,
and the Tigers lose a tough one.
That's a great call on your part, buddy. Good eyes. It was close, but
they
the
did
replay
count it.
shows
Just joining us here tonight,
offside.
Canisius getting 10 points from the guys on their top line as they scored 22 seconds into overtime to beat RIT 5-4. If you missed last night's game or any home games this season, we've got you covered. Check out the highlights on our website, ritsc.com. Just click on Hockey Central. Joined now by Gene Battaglia and John DiTullio. And guys, it was a fun one last night that I might add I predicted would go to overtime. The Tigers, you know, they don't get the offsides call, but more importantly, another game has come and gone, and they didn't get any points in the standings either, guys.
Yeah, and Kevin, thank you. And yeah, we could talk about the offside call, and in my opinion, it was offside. Not only that, but Murray is at the top of the screen. You couldn't see was offside. But John, the fact is, you gave up 4 other goals in this game. The effort in front of the freshman goaltender wasn't there.
Wasn't there. Wayne and his team, they know it. They've got to be better. They've got to kind of close that space. He had Canisius skaters kind of just going free in the zone, in particular Dylan McLaughlin. They know they need to tighten things up defensively. They need to stay out of the box. They got their offense back in check. Now they've got to play a full 60 minutes. Offense, we're talking certainly defensively, and they've got to stay out of the box.
The junior Dylan McLaughlin, number 13, our Canisius player to watch tonight. He had 2 goals last night, John. The first goal, he blew right around Brubaker on that play.
Great move. He had a 4-point night last night. Number 13 is the reason why Canisius, I believe, is tied or in first place in Atlantic hockey. Came in last night tied, and the reason they beat the Tigers last night. He's one of the best playmakers we've seen all season in Atlantic hockey. He's a great player. He was a difference last night.
Canisius getting out to that early lead, but then I thought Ian Andriano settled down, John.
Kept them in the game. When they had that second period filled with penalties, number 40 was making saves last night. Saw his mom about a half hour ago. And she goes, John, I heard you on the broadcast. You said he didn't play well in the first period. You got to admit he played better in the second and third. I go, absolutely he did. He goes, and she also said, not bad for a kid who hasn't really played since last April. I go, no, the kid looked great. So we had a little chit-chat back and forth. She was watching the broadcast. I was impressed with number 40. So was his teammates, and more importantly, so was his head coach.
Well, Ian's going to get the call once again tonight. The Tigers want their first win since December 9th, John. What has to happen here tonight?
Well, last time we had music theme. Tonight it is movie theme. Channel your inner Antonio Banderas desperado. You got to be desperate tonight if you're the Tigers. And let me tell you something. Wait a minute, that's Kevin Bacon. Everybody cut loose, foot loose. Tighten things up defensively. Close down that space. And then Marty McFly is in net tonight. You go back to the future. You go with number 40. He plays well tonight. All three of those things happen tonight, Gino. Take it to the banco. We're talking 2 points and a win.
Yeah, the Tigers here, we should have, if we have anything like last night, John, this is going to be a fun game to call here tonight.
I think every time they play, I know Canisius beaten them 5 straight times. I've outscored them 16-6 during that span. I expect a tight, contested game tonight, a game I think the Tigers can win.
7:05 the face-off, Kevin. Looking forward to calling this one here tonight.
Yeah, Janet Andriano stops by the set every single game and has a conversation with me. Hopefully her son can get the Tigers a win and get his first collegiate win here tonight. Always good to talk with the parents of the RIT Tigers. Well, still to come here tonight, the RIT SportsZone photo team brings us some of the top images from last night's thriller here at the Coliseum as we are closing in on game time. This is RIT SportsZone Pregame Live. Oh, what an atmosphere. What a game last night here at the Policini Center. So many moments showcasing the heart, determination, and passion of these student athletes captured tremendously once again by our great RIT SportsZone photo team. Our thanks to them, as always, as the Tigers and Golden Griffs have taken the ice here tonight as they are ready to go. The Tigers head to Worcester, Massachusetts next weekend to face Holy Cross. So we are not back with you until February 2nd. Holy Cross, of course, one of the teams atop the league right now with Canisius. Should be a good one out in Worcester. We'll be back, as I mentioned, February 2nd against Bentley. Our coverage kicks off at 6:30 on RIT SportsZone Pre-Game Live online, RITSC.com. CW Rochester will air that game at 10 on Friday the 2nd. Believe it or not, regular season quickly winding down after tonight. RIT, only 4 home games remaining in the month of February. If you haven't been out to see a game yet this year, come on out. You can grab your tickets today by visiting the Policini Center box office by calling 475-4121 or online at rittickets.com. Well, that is going to do it for us. Up next, John and Gene have all the action for you as RIT looks to snap its 4-game losing streak against the Canisius Golden Griffins. We'll see you back here for the intermission report. Enjoy the game, everyone. RIT SportsZone Live begins now.